Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. Oh, when I saw this, I am extremely excited, shall we say. We got this covered. A hit and miss media site has reported that George Lucas reportedly down to return to Star Wars, but he wants full control. Oh, am I excited about this because I think that it should be done. So yeah, let's get into this article from We Got This Covered. It's no secret that George Lucas has always been the biggest fan of what Disney, or hasn't always been the biggest fan of what Disney has done to the sequel trilogy, or to the Disney trilogy. I don't call it the sequel trilogy. In fact, the studio has even been pretty open about the fact that the filmmaker was vocally opposed to their approach to the beloved sci-fi franchise. I'm not going to read the full article, but I am going to actually continue from a couple paragraphs down. I will put the article so you guys can all read it in the comment section below. It's going to be the pinned comment. Anyway, let's continue. A few weeks ago, we told you that George wants to return to help out with the franchise in more of an official capacity, which they should have done, following his assistance with the aforementioned Rise, which was done more as a favor to JJ than anything else. And while it's still unclear if it will happen, we've now received another update on the situation which points to Lucas being down to return, but on one condition. According to sources, the same sources that said that Kylo would die and Hux would be a traitor months before the movie hit theaters, Lucas has said he'll return, but only if he has full creative control over the franchise. Yes! From what we're told, he thinks the studio has made a mess of it and feels he needs a great amount of control to get it back on track. I absolutely agree with that. Not only that, but he also wants to bring along Dave Filoni, responsible for the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, with him to help turn things around. That would be another good idea. Filoni has done a great job, in my opinion. I mean, there are others who don't agree with me, but I do agree that Filoni has done a good job with certain things. To help turn things around, with the idea being to have the fan favorite act as George's right-hand man. That all being said, our sources, who also revealed the big Palpatine twist in Rise way back in September of 2019, say that some resistance from Disney, or that there is some resistance from Disney in regards to George's proposal. And understandably so. Oh yeah, here we go. After all, Kathleen Kennedy is still boss over at Lucasfilm, for now at least, and while they would love to have Lucas involved again, they want him more as an advisor consultant. It'd still be an official role, and he'd be very involved in future projects, but they're not willing to give full creative control at this time. And that's where things stand for now. Yeah, well, I mean, if I was George, I would point out, because we know that George is Phantom Menace, he completely agrees that the Disney trilogy and that Star Wars has been totally mistreated by Disney. I mean, he should point out that you divided fans. If it wasn't for your mistakes that I never would have made, fans would not be divided. They would all still be consuming, and they would all still be loving Star Wars. He should point that out and I guarantee you, George or Iger, if he's smart, would listen to George, because as it stands, Star Wars or Disney is still $3 billion in the red when it comes to making any sort of profit off of Star Wars. They've made profit, but that all has to go towards paying back what they spent to purchase Star Wars. They haven't made that back yet. They still have $3 billion to go. And let's just say that they ain't going to be making it back anytime soon, unless George Lucas is involved. Because I guarantee you, folks, Disney is not doing well. As much as people who don't pay attention to the behind-the-scenes aspects, as much as they will continue to consume and love Star Wars because it's Star Wars, I mean, I'm sorry, I am not going to sugarcoat that, people. There are most of the people out there who like Star Wars, or the Disney Star Wars, like it simply because it's Star Wars. And to me, that doesn't say a lot about those people. That says simply, slap anything, or slap a Star Wars logo on anything and they'll like it. That's basically what that says to me about them. I'm not insulting fans. They can like what they want, but I'm not going to... But if you're liking Star Wars simply because it's Star Wars, then that's not a good thing, in my opinion. You should be more immersed into the lore, and you should at least know that what they did to George and how they treated George and his property, and his Star Wars was not good. I mean, if George Lucas is not happy about how the sequel trilogy turned out, that should tell anybody who has been a Star Wars fan for many, many years and who has immersed themselves into it that maybe we shouldn't really like the crap that Disney has been doing. Maybe we should take a closer look. Maybe we should take a look behind the scenes and not focus on all the positive stuff, but we should also look at the negative stuff. We should all look at the things that are being said against Disney and make up our own minds. Become more involved. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the article. Like I said, I will leave a link into the pinned comment of this video. But yeah, I hope that Disney will smarten up. They will kick Kathleen Kennedy out, bring in George Lucas and Dave Filoni, because let's face it, folks, Jon Favreau did a great job with The Mandalorian. Filoni helped him, and that was a decent and very good live-action series. That was a prototype live-action show for Star Wars that turned out decent. I mean, the filler episodes, in my opinion, weren't as good, but the main story plot was very good. It was very good. And they need more of that. And in order to truly bring Star Wars back to where it used to be before Disney got its hands on it, they need the person that had or that caused it to be where it was. They need the original creator to come back and help. George Lucas. Anyway, folks, that is the video. Y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this. Do you want George Lucas back to helm Star Wars and have full creative control? Or do you think he should be put on just an advisory capacity so they can still push agendas that don't belong in Star Wars? Anyway, folks, let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. This has been Orange Hat Reviews, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.